What's going on, wrestling family? Welcome back to the channel. So apparently, Miss Parker is under a lot of fire, and I don't know exactly why, because I don't have a Twitter account. I stay willfully ignorant to all the things that happen on that account for a lot of reasons. But as we're watching this video, I'm going to learn and see what's been going on here. Now, before we get started, guys, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know how you feel, even if it's just a yeet, and let's get into the video, guys.
What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Corey Graves was trying to get fired from WWE.
What?
Is Aleister Black on his way to WWE, or is he retiring? Jaida Parker is under fire. WWE Hall of Famer Bob Uecker passes away. An insane rumor regarding Jaida Parker and Jey Uso.
Wait, whoa, what? Whoa. Hold on.
Uecker passes away. An
Insane rumor regarding Jaida Parker and Jey Uso. Yeah, I did read that right. I did hear it too. My hearing's not going. What is this? Come on, Jey Uso. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Don't tell me you took Miss Parker to the Waffle House, bro. Come on, man. Jey Uso, you better than this, bro. You better than this, man. But you know what? I'm not going to assume this is true. I'm just going to believe that this is not true at all until they prove otherwise. I don't want to think Jey Uso would do something like this given his situation. But let's see what happens here, man.
insane rumor regarding Jaida Parker and Jey Uso. Tony Khan gets blasted. A
As
rapper
usual.
criticizes AEW after working there. An interesting John Cena WWE trademark. A jail WWE star wants her prison sentence reduced, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on WrestleMania XL. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Now, first story looks at Corey Graves trying to get fired from WWE.
What's going on?
Today's news is the ongoing saga involving WWE announcer Corey Graves. The Corey Graves situation keeps getting more and more interesting, as there are now reports that people inside WWE believe that Graves' recent social media messages, where he complained about how he was being used, was an attempt to get fired. Graves, who was recently sent to call the action on NXT, implied that he wasn't famous enough for the main roster. He also said that he would have plenty to say when he called NXT, only for WWE to apparently pull him from the 14th January show. While some believe that Graves' comments are still a work, it was reported on the Wrestling Observer Radio a couple of weeks ago when Corey Graves got the word that Wade Barrett was going to replace him on that show and he wasn't happy. I don't know if he got the word he was going to start in January in NXT. I don't know the situation there. I just know that when he found out he wasn't going to be on SmackDown, as he presumed he would be, so he was genuinely unhappy. Some fans and pundits noticed that Corey seemed visibly upset when he called the action on NXT. They went on to note, there's people who think that they was trying to get fired, and that's why he did it. If he was trying to get fired, they probably not going to fire him. As far as we know, he's not fired. And I don't know if he's suspended or what it was, he went home. That's where it stands. Now, as with anything in wrestling, it's difficult to separate fact from fiction, especially in an industry where fooling the fans is an essential element. Right now, kayfabe is very hard to pull off in this day and age, but are we still getting worked? What do you guys think? Is this a work or a real life problem? Let us know in the comments down below.
Okay, guys. Okay, let's just think about this really quick. How and why would this be a work? So if they were trying to go for a work, my speculation, and I have no information on anything that's going on there, I would assume that he was pulled from the main roster to go down to NXT to give him more time in the Performance Center. And maybe they'll have him show up at the Royal Rumble, right? Maybe they'll have him show up on NXT after Royal Rumble. I think that possibly could be the case. They probably are going to put him back in the ring. Now, how exciting would that be for him to show up at Royal Rumble for people who've never watched him in NXT? I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't asked around, but that could be the case. But if this is not a work, I wonder what's going on here. And I wonder how this would affect when and if Carmella gets to return. And I know she's out due to some health issues after having a baby, and prayers out to her. Hopefully she recovers as fast as possible. So it just makes you wonder how that's going to affect that. But I think we're going to find out at some point what's going on here.
A former WWE announcer defends Corey Graves. A former WWE interviewer and announcer, Kevin Kelly, is taking sides in the Corey Graves controversy. Recently, NXT announcer Booker T suggested Corey should be happy with his position in the WWE, but Kelly, who is currently at odds with AEW, as more about that later in the news, defended Graves, tweeting, Put me and Graves together at the desk. Corey would become the biggest commentary star in wrestling because I would actively try to get him over.
Oh, I see what you're doing here, Kevin. This guy, Corey Graves got all this stuff going on, and this guy is trying to put in an application for a job. He's trying to get a job, bro. So instead of going online and going to Indeed.com and submitting your Google document on that website, he decides to try to get a job through Twitter. It's ridiculous. And I'm not mad at it, bro. He got to shoot his shot. And if he is able to get a job at WWE doing it this way, it worked. I can't be mad at him. But at this time, to try to plug yourself into someone else's situation, it's kind of weird to me, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
Let his star shine. And fans will have to wait and see whether Graves is looking to get fired, as some believe, or this just turns into a huge storyline, maybe leading up to his wrestling return.
He will make a great heel, though. If he does return to wrestling, he will make a great heel. I'm telling you.
That has been noted is that Corey has now deleted the tweet. Next up, a major Aleister Black update. Now it's time for some major updates concerning AEW wrestler Aleister Black, who's rumored to be on his way out of AEW. Let's look at the latest, including rumors that Black may retire, as well as rumors that he had backstage heat. First, is he retiring from wrestling? While it's unclear just when Aleister Black will be free to work outside AEW, a new report from Pro Wrestling Torch suggests that Black may not return to wrestling at all. Black had told some people in AEW in the last year or two he was burned out and he just wanted time away, and perhaps even mentioned potentially retiring. Aleister Black is 39, which in today's wrestling world is an ancient, unless a wrestler has suffered serious injuries and is at risk of grave consequences if he's injured again. A situation that sadly may be the case for the New Day's Biggie. But does WWE want to sign Aleister Black?
Okay, guys, with this thing here, and I'm sorry for stopping it so much, for Aleister Black to be only 39, that's usually around 30, 40, 49, 39, 40, 41. That's usually where a lot of wrestlers hit their prime. So it has nothing to do with his age. But I am assuming that because he's just probably tired of being in AEW. And I'm not trying to be an AEW hater, but he sounds like he's frustrated over there. And if you're working for a place that you're frustrated with, it could be mentally draining, physically draining, all of that stuff. And maybe it isn't about wrestling itself. It's just about the environment that he's at. Or maybe he's trying to use it as a moment to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to prep these people up to make them think I'm going to retire, and I'm going to switch over to WWE, which probably wouldn't be a good idea. But overall, I think that could be the case with him. But I don't know him, so who knows?
Black. While fans have had to wait and see whether Black returns to wrestling, rumor has it that the WWE is ready to welcome him back. That's at least according to Pro Wrestling Torch's recent article about Black's status. PW Torch has heard that there are influential people in WWE who are big fans of Black and see him as a possible top singles act in the company, so it seems as if he'd be welcomed back and embraced. Aleister Black's wife, Zelina Vega, works in WWE and has been busy in the Latino World Order. There's no word on how Black might be booked if he returns to WWE, but chances are he'll be used much better than he did during the Vince McMahon era. According to Black himself, Vince McMahon actually admitted that he used him in the wrong way. So could he be better used under the Triple H era? Next up,
absolutely,
backstage heat in AEW. Now that Black's days in AEW are winding down or over, rumors have come up that Black could be difficult to work with. According to Pro Wrestling Torch, Black was criticized by colleagues in AEW who were frustrated by the perception that he was resistant to doing business, including a reluctance to doing jobs and frequent claims of injury issues. He and Tony Khan never developed rapport. Now, some fans might be skeptical of the rumors given that they surfaced after Black's apparent departure, but what do you guys think of this? Knowing that there wasn't any backstage problems or heat in WWE, was this really the case for AEW? Next up,
I mean, and the thing is, it is weird that it came out after he decided to leave. That is very, very weird. But like I said before, this can all play into the role of, or this can play into the fact that maybe he was just tired of being at AEW. And it can go one of two ways. Maybe he's just tired and of it and thinking that he might want to retire from wrestling when wrestling isn't the problem, it's the environment. Or maybe he's gotten so frustrated that he started to lose passion for wrestling and didn't want to do anything that they wanted him to do. And they noticed it and was like, oh, this guy doesn't want to do anything. He's difficult in the locker room. But I would like to assume that he isn't that way. But again, I don't know anything. I haven't been backstage to talk to anybody. But, it is interesting that on his way out, a lot of places, a lot of companies, when they see someone leaving, they like to try to attack their character and make them look like a bad person. But either way, if he makes it back to WWE, I don't care what they say at AEW. He gonna do great over here.
Jaida Parker under fire. NXT superstar Jaida Parker found herself in the hot seat on social media after she liked a social media post about a recent bill passed in the House of Representatives regarding trans athletes.
Oh boy.
Inside the Ropes wrote, Instagram account Spiritual World posted a screenshot of a news story stating that the US House has passed a bill to ban transgender athletes from competing in the women's and girls' sports at federally funded schools. Fans noticed that Parker had liked the Instagram post, prompting one user to ask the NXT star for more context. Parker then responded to the tweet saying, "Oh, I'd love to. Clotheslining wants to be messy, and that's fine because ignorance is contagious. But what they're not going to do is come at my name because my opinion doesn't align with theirs and clearly don't know how to educate themselves on the real definition of being transphobic." Now, this isn't the first time a WWE superstar has shared their opinion on the issue of trans athletes. You may recall Logan Paul came under fire last summer when he commented on the controversy about a boxing competitor at the Summer Olympics. But Jada later tweeted, "Don't get nothing twisted, I support the LGBTQ community, but I'm a woman who also played in D1 sports. And if y'all can't understand that, I don't know what else to tell you." And this is a hot button issue that is certain to draw responses from many different people. No word on whether Jada's comments have led to any backstage heat in WWE.
It shouldn't. Here's the thing, guys, with this, guys. This is an interesting situation here. So, first and foremost, this is one of the main reasons why, and I think it was an Instagram post, but this is why I don't stay on Twitter, because this is where a lot of this stuff happens here, right? People just get really outraged about the smallest things where I don't know how you have so much energy to be mad all day. That's why I don't understand Twitter, but that's a whole different conversation. So all she did was like a post, right? And just because what she liked doesn't align with your point of views, now all of a sudden we're gonna try to attack her and call her transphobic and all these different things. That's crazy. It's not like, it'll be different if she went on there and liked the post that said, transgender shouldn't eat, they shouldn't drink, they shouldn't be around us, they shouldn't be alive, they shouldn't be all this stuff. If she liked the post that said that, then sure, pack her up like Amazon, get her up out of here, because now you're just talking about a human non-existing anymore. Like, that's wrong. But if she's saying that she don't agree with them being in a sport with cisgendered individuals, it's just it's not a big deal. In this world, people, regardless if you for her or against her or for or against someone who is like her or not like her, we all have different brains, experiences, and opinions. No one's opinion is going to be the same. That is life. It is what it is. And if she just likes that, that's not a big deal, guys. Even if it's opposing what you believe, that's not a big deal. There's worse that has been said and she could be saying in this situation. Okay? So I personally don't understand it. I don't get it. Again, this is why I stay on Twitter, because people just get mad at everything, and everything isn't worth all that energy. People, go outside and touch grass. Please, bro. Please. I promise you, it is good for your health. I deleted Twitter and I do not miss it a second of my life. I've been waking up with more energy. I've been more focused. I've been less stressed. Staying off of that app, bro. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But hey, people like Twitter. Hey, to each their own.
Insane rumor regarding Jaida Parker and Jey Uso. Now, as if Jaida Parker doesn't have to deal with enough on social media, a new rumor claims that she was having an affair with WWE superstar Jey Uso. Whilst fans made this conclusion up by looking at a recent Indy Hartwell video that she posted, noticing Jey Uso in the back of a club where Jaida Parker was also there. There's nothing else to support these rumors, and unless we learn of any conclusive proof, this is the last we'll report on this. But unfortunately, this type of situation has to be addressed to stop things from spiraling right out of control. In fact, this news story that was going around on social media put everything in a tailspin this morning. Right now, unless anything comes out, we're putting these as false rumors.
Okay. So this is what Jey Uso was talking about on his Instagram story when he said, "You guys are funny, watch me work." This must be what he was talking about. But here's my question. First and foremost, did this come out after Jaida Parker liked that post about the law that was passed? Because if it was, this is obviously someone who don't like what she said and trying to flip a rumor on her. And that's crazy. That's crazy. If it came out beforehand, that's a different story. But from what I saw in that video, I don't see anything happening there unless there's other proof out there. So I'm not going to try to defend anybody because I did not watch the full video, but based upon what we saw, it don't look like anything happened there. And if it did, which I hope it didn't, kind of messed up Jey Uso. It's kind of messed up, but they are grown adults and I'm sure they realize actions have consequences, right? So if you're an adult and you make these type of decisions, there's things that come with this. But I'm hoping that Jey Uso wouldn't be a person to participate in something like this, and Jaida Parker wouldn't be in some type of thing like this or participate in something like this. So overall, I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's what I do here. I don't try to, that's why I stay off of social media as well, because I don't try to get involved in what people do in their personal lives, especially when it comes to wrestlers, unless it's something so bad and so egregious, then yeah, I'll say something about it. But these small things that they got going on outside of it, I don't comment on that stuff, man. That's their personal life. I talk about wrestling and what happens in the confines of these promotions and in the ring. That's it. That's it. All this outside stuff, again, if it ain't too crazy, that's between them, their household, and whoever they got involved with. And hopefully they are willing to deal with the consequences if these things are true. But I'm going to assume that Jey Uso did not do this. That neither one of them have done this. It's not even just about Jey. That Miss Parker did not do this as well. So let's move on.
Kevin Kelly blasts Tony Khan. Now, it looks like former AEW announcer Kevin Kelly isn't holding back in terms of criticizing AEW president Tony Khan. Kelly, who's worked in wrestling for decades, including a stint in WWE as a backstage interviewer and later in calling the matches for Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling, later worked calling the action of AEW Collision. The Sports Illustrated provided background on his departure from AEW. His run with AEW didn't last long though. Kelly was fired by the company in March of 2024 after taking to social media to criticize fellow announcer Ian Riccoboni and accused him of libel and defamation. He, alongside the Tate twins, would then sue AEW and Tony Khan to void arbitration clauses in their contracts and also filed a separate suit seeking monetary damages. Now, Kelly recently tweeted about why he left AEW, blasting Tony Khan with this tweet. All I wanted to do was call wrestling. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd have to listen to a stuttering son of a billionaire feeding me lines and then correcting himself and telling me what I was doing great.
This is not the way, bro.
I had a mental breakdown to fire me. And this isn't the first time Kevin Kelly has criticized AEW, as he's blasted the company in the past for being disorganized. Next up, MJF's
if you put that other tweet out about Corey Graves trying to get a job somewhere, you can't come out and blast your former boss like this, talking crazy, and then try to clean it up with the, having a mental breakdown, which is a real thing, but you can't just go in there attacking the person and then all of a sudden put that at the end of it. Because if you're trying to get another job somewhere else, even if all the stuff that they've heard about you is true or not true, the one thing they know for sure is that you posted this. And this will make you look like a problem, and no one's going to want to hire a head case. They don't want to hire a head case. So why would you put this out here? I don't know, bro. Am I crazy, guys? I feel like I'm going crazy right now.
Comments have raised eyebrows. Did MJF cross the line during a promo with Jeff Jarrett on the 15th January Dynamite? Jeff Jarrett, who was working a storyline of attempting to win the AEW World Championship before he retires, was confronted by MJF, and MJF, known for his personal attacks on opponents, dropped this bomb on Jarrett. What really makes me mad is that just because you were best friends with Owen Hart, you think you're owed a grand finale. And this led to a predictable brawl between the two wrestlers, but now some fans are wondering whether this comment was necessary.
Whew.
Of course, this is MJF, and he's always going to push the bar, and in all honesty, I don't think he would have said the line without Martha Hart's blessing. But what do you guys think of it? Next up, WWE Hall of Famer Bob Uecker passes away. Unfortunately, there's very sad news to share, as Bob Uecker, affectionately known as Mr. Baseball, passed away today at the age of 90. As well as a baseball legend, he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2010 for his memorable appearance at WrestleMania 3 and most notably at WrestleMania 4 with his segment with Andre the Giant. We send our condolences to Bob Uecker's family, friends, and fans all around the world. Next up, a rapper criticizes AEW after working there.
That was a weird transition.
Now, Kevin Kelly isn't the only person criticizing AEW. Rapper Action Bronson worked a match in AEW during 2022's Grand Slam event, teaming with Hood to defeat Matt Menard and Angelo Parker. Bronson recently chatted with Ariel Helwani about the experience, including how AEW never called him back. Come on, man, you know what they do. They don't call you back. I never got called back. There was an angle there. I'm ready right now. I'm ready for whoever. Bronson was then asked whether he liked working in AEW, responding, I did. Actually, no. I enjoy the act. I don't like the backstage is weird over there. It's just weird. It was just like everybody's cliquey. Bronson said he's down for an in-ring return, but based on his comments, it probably won't be in AEW. Next up, an interesting trademark for John Cena. As some recent trademark applications are capturing fans' attention, and WrestleTalk is reporting that WWE recently applied for a trademark for Cena Nation. In addition, separate application filings have also been spotted for the game, a term associated with Triple H, as well as the names of NXT stars Brooke Jensen and Malik Blade. Interestingly, WWE also applied for Sam Stoker, the name used by Pretty Deadly's Kit Wilson during his time working in the Indies and NXT UK. The WWE is always on top of its IP game, and as fans have seen, it sometimes hints at future storylines and plans for individual superstars.
So does that mean Pretty Deadly's going to split up? Because they're giving him back his indie name?
And finally, a jailed WWE star wants her sentence reduced. And last but not least, PW Insider is reporting that former WWE superstar Sunny, aka Tammy Sytch, is seeking a reduction in her prison sentence. Sytch is currently serving a 17-year sentence after a 2022 motor vehicle accident killed motorist Julian Lasseter. Sytch was charged with DUI manslaughter and sentenced on different counts. Johnson obtained a copy of Sytch's letter to the judge, and Sytch advised the judge on her efforts helping others in prison, including a role as a teacher's aide, her remorse, and that she has gainful employment when she's released. One of Sytch's requests is that 2 of her charges run concurrent at the same time rather than consecutive, where Sytch would serve the time one charge then being served another. We say let her serve as much time as possible. But there you have it, folks.
Dang, WrestleMania, tell me how you feel. I'm sorry, guys. This is the most yappiest I've been on any video, and I'm sorry. And if you didn't make it through this video, well, if you got to this point, you made it through the video. But for the other people who probably didn't make it to this video, I completely understand. But again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this with me, guys. Remember, we are live streaming SmackDown tonight, and if you're new to this channel, every Sunday, we got Wrestling Family Sunday, guys. Thank you guys for watching me. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Salute. Peace.